Hello everybody and welcome to round 2 of the ARMS Global Test Punch thing. So this is post-commentary. I'm actually really pissed off at the fact that it's post-commentary because they've made some updates. They took all of the feedback on board, which I'm really glad they took all of the feedback on board. And they made a lot of updates. They've added some new modes. And it was really fun. I was getting into it quite a lot, and I was so if you could have heard the original commentary, I was laughing. I was like throwing things. I'm like, oh, get into it, yes. I was fully in the zone. It was great. It was fun. Like the new modes were really fun. It was absolutely fantastic to get into the zone in stage 2 here after they've taken a lot of the feedback on board. And hilariously, I kind of swap between controller modes, and we do end up using this mode with the tilt controls for the majority of the game, and I felt like it worked a lot better, and we didn't encounter any desync options whatsoever. So yeah, I mean, I don't really know how I'm going to do this now, because like it's not as funny. It's not as good, because we are using the new character, and a lot of people were using this new character that you're seeing, Twin Tail, who her punches, her fists are on her living hair. So there's obviously a JoJo joke that I made about Konichi's girlfriend that has the living hair, or Maniac, who also, I'll just put it on the screen now, has living hair that can move of its own accord. So there was Maniac jokes to be made. There was Konichi's girlfriend jokes to be made. There was many living hair jokes to be made, and of course, because of the way that this character is designed and the way that her victory poses are, it mainly centers around the ass. So every time I was saying the character's name, I didn't speak. I'm just like, so we're playing as, and then I would include, in that little pause that you just heard there, I would include Aku saying extra thick. So there was also many extra thick jokes to be made, but they're all gone now. That's all gone because the recording corrupted. It's taken me, it's now 2:45 AM, it's 2:45 AM. It took me like an hour and something to try and salvage what I could from the corruption, and I managed to salvage the full 40 minutes of footage, but the full 40 minutes of footage is not it's just not funny without the commentary. It's like not stellar. But I will say, like, I'm gonna start spinning on now, and I'll just give myself timestamps to cut to. But I will say, just in this test match, as you can see, I've been using the grab move quite a lot. They haven't changed that. Grab strategy is still very high on the list, still pretty overpowered. Midnight was complaining about the grab move. I think the grab move's fine. As for Extra Thick Lady herself, she is quite a difficult character to use. In the end, I went, even when I was using like the most recommended controls, I was still getting my ass beat with her. Like, she does have a very advanced playstyle, because she is more of a melee specialist. So rather than just like a traditional character like the ribbon girl or the noodle arm girl there, obviously it's not her arms that are the arms, it's her hair that is the arms. So she punches a lot higher. The arms can operate at different speeds and stuff, so she is quite specialised. And I tried her out for a while, and I just couldn't do it, even with trying some of her other fist appendages. like the hypnotizing, swirling parasol that she's got. I couldn't get to grips with her. She was somewhat advanced. Obviously, when the full game comes out, if I did decide to buy it, which round two has definitely convinced me to, with all of the extra stuff that they've added in. But if it does convince me to buy it, I'll obviously learn all the characters. But she is pretty advanced, and just getting that small taster of her isn't like the best to try and learn her. Yeah, so at this point I plugged the things into the controller, and I got my ass beat a lot. Like, I'm just gonna cut that out because, again, it was more funny when it was actually happening to me. I was just like, can I just have one break? Can I just please win? But it was not to be. So I am now going to spin on into party mode to 6 minutes. I'm just 7 minutes. I'm just calculating this here, and here we go. So I'm going to go to 7 minutes and 10 seconds, where we get our first taste of a new mode, which is the boss mode. So as you can see, we're just loading right now, and we are versing something called Headlock, and it is Ribbon Girl, but Ribbon Girl's head is locked by this Geodude looking dude. So this Geodude looking motherfucker obviously has 6 arms. Well, he has 4 arms on the mask itself, and then the 2 arms. So it's like the head thing is possessing Ribbon Girl. And this thing, I had several attempts at this thing. Couldn't beat it. We even had like a really good dude that was called Joel, hilariously, and I couldn't beat Joel. Like, Joel just stun locked my ass, and I couldn't land a single hit on him. It was just like boom, 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 dead. So we even had like this really good 100 coin fighter of Joel. Like, he'd amassed 100 coins within the space of like the 30 minutes. But we had like this really good 100 coin fighter, which was Joel, and even he couldn't beat this boss. It's pretty crazy, because you've got to, like, obviously you're working together as a team, but it's got some mad crazy defense, and you can't block all 6 arms. Like, you can block 2, maybe 3 if you're lucky, but you can't block all 6 arms of this thing. So it's ridiculous. So yeah, this is the boss mode, and there's me down, and there's another one down, and there is the third one pretty much down. He is nearly at 0 health, and you know, I was believing in him for a second, and then yeah, that happened, and he just got absolutely destroyed by this thing. So throughout the time I played, I saw this thing 3 times, and all 3 times it beat our ass. So that's good, isn't it? So yeah, that was horrible, but that's fine, because we'll move on to when I switch to Diva. So I'm just going to again minimize the footage here to what I can see, and I'm just going to spin through it now until I go back to, or until I realise that I just can't do. Oh yeah, there's another mini game as well, which I just got completely beat at, and it was at this point where I decided. So it's at 13 minutes 17 seconds past Spyro, or future Spyro. Seems you're going to be editing it, but this is a new mini game, which was the basketball. It's much like volleyball. I don't like it. I think the sports mini game is shit. Like, it is as bad as volleyball, and as you can see, I just get completely shit on. It doesn't take 2 seconds for this other extra thick ass lady to just kick my ass through this net several times. I just didn't like it, and it was at this point where I was like, you know what? I'm trying it on the game frame, the Joy-Con frame. It's not working, and to its credit, this game actually works a lot better with the tilty Wii boxing motion controls, and that's pretty much game. Like, if she lands one more point because it's the first to 10, she wins, and there it is, bang, finish, done, dusted, get dusted, son. So yeah, I don't like that, and that only hilariously only ever showed up once. Like, after I tried it and I'm like, I don't like the basketball game never showed up again. So yeah, that was a thing. That was just crazy. So at this point, I'm now going to spin on. There is a new map, and this is where I kind of realised that it's coming up. So it's at 15 minutes 10 seconds. Future Spyro. They showed off a new map. Quite like this map. It's kind of fun. It's basically in Chinatown, and it's a giant noodle bowl. So that's pretty cool. I do like the scenery of this weird noodle bowl like thing. And I think this was actually the map where I'm like, you know what? Clearly Twin Tail is too advanced for me right now, and I need to go back to baby character Diva, because Diva with the triple shot gun is just where I started to win a lot more. Like, I was doing a lot better with Diva. So even though I get the throw and I'm like, yeah, I'm doing it, and I've got this thing, the yellow juice to give me the superpower, it's like, nah, she's still all over me. And even though I'm trying here to hit her with the super, it's clear that I'm not prepared for this level of advancement, and she just beats the fuck out of me. And here comes the special, which of course finishes me off, and I think she has to just land one punch and it's over. One punch Diva. So yeah, that's the new arena. Looks pretty good. And now I'm just going to spin on through my own footage and see if there's anything of worthwhile. So I am now playing as Diva myself, and I'm getting quite a few actual wins. And then we go to 23 minutes and 46 seconds, where we're now on break the targets, and I didn't lose a single one of these break the targets. Like, I'm pretty good at these, and I'll probably leave in all 3 break the targets just because. So you can see that I'm on the left, and at first I was like, am I supposed to just be killing her? Because you can see I've only got 50, and then I realised, like, oh no, I don't need to hit her because I'm getting more points for the targets. So I've just got to focus on hitting the targets, and if I do happen to hit her, then that's just an extra added bonus point. Like, she got stunned by the bomb there, which means I can get like some extra shots on these targets. And as you saw, I grabbed her and knocked her down, and she knocked me down there, which means that she just gets a chance to break some extra targets. So it's not so much about hitting your opponent as just trying to break as many targets as possible. And as you can see, with the triple shot, because you can fire 3 balls, I crushed her, like 1,390 to 390. Like, I crushed her by 1,000 points there. So the triple shot cheese. So that's baby character with baby strats. Like, yeah, I could not win any matches without Diva. Diva to me is the easiest character to use. So Diva is like the baby beginner character, and her triple shot is like, well, you're getting 3 shots for the price of 1, and especially like as you saw on break the targets there, where we won by 1,000 points, 2 triple shots. So 6 punches for the price of 2 is basically baby strategy. So we're playing as the baby character with baby strats, and you know, in a way, I think she is. From just how she looks, we might as well say she's the baby as well, because like when we compare her to all of the other characters, like the ninja's clearly older. Extra Thick here is clearly older. Springman clearly older. Ribbon Girl clearly older. This is much like Diva. This is probably the youngest fighter, so it does make sense for her to be the baby character with baby strats. So yeah, I'm going to use triple shot baby strats because it's all I can do to win. So yeah, we're now going to spin on from this double battle here to I think that's about it really. Oh no, we have another boss that we fight at 27 28 Spyro, so remember that. And this is where I got that legendary fighter Joel. This is the one that completely stun-locked me in a previous match and beat the ever-loving shit out of me. So when I saw that we had Joel on our side, I'm like, oh dude, the Geodude thing has possessed the mummy, so he's a bit of a heavy hitter, but we got Joel on our side. We can't lose. We just gotta make sure that we're constantly all bashing him, and we're doing a good job right now. We're all bashing him. We're all getting those free hits. He's flying. I just need to destroy like this helix tube to get some good shots. There's like a good punch from Twin Tail there, and I'm like, yes, we're doing it. He did get a throw on me, and I'm like, oh, that's bad. But I've now got the special. However, Twin Tail did knock him out of the way a little bit, so couldn't quite get the special off. And then I'm like, shit, because he got me right in the center of the explosion. But as he was aiming at me, Joel got some good hits on him, so I was like, you know what, I'll sacrifice myself for Joel because he's the crazy player. So at this point I go down, and as I go down, Joel gets a lot more free hits off on this guy, and as you can see, the Geodude's red, and it's like, oh, we're doing it. Then the Twin Tail girl goes, so it is Joel left, and I'm like, oh god, it's Joel. Joel can't lose, he's like the legendary fighter. So Joel pops his special, and he gets it off, and the headlock thing's nearly dead. As you can see, it's on the floor, but then it just does that and wins. So I'm like, oh my god, even the unstoppable force of Joel cannot be killed by this thing with the cannon in its mouth. And obviously there it is, removing itself from the mummy, depossessing the mummy to laugh at our failures. So then we will just spin on to I think that's really all we need to see. I guess we, if I find it, can do the other break the target. I think I did 3 break the target. Okay, so 3543 is the other break the target minigame. So this is me with 2 people now, where I'm like, oh, and at first I thought we were losing because I didn't realize that we were on the right. So I'm like, oh god, we've got 50 points. So at first they were winning, and I'm like, oh, we got 90 points, we're smashing them. We're absolutely crushing them. And then as it gets closer to the end, because we're obviously winning, we're breaking more targets, we're more focusing on the targets rather than them, we start to get a huge lead, and I start to be like, oh god, no, they've got a huge lead, and then I realise that it's actually us on the right, and we are the ones in the green. But yeah, so as you can see, once again, I did forget to switch my hammer out, but I'm using baby strats with this triple shot, and hitting 3 targets for the price of 1 with Diva's baby strats triple shot, which is racking us up the points. As you can see, we've got 1,900 to their 900. Like, we are absolutely crushing it. We're 1,000 points ahead there. So yeah, baby Diva with baby strats triple shot works immensely. So that's a good thing. And I'm going to assume that the parasols must work for extra thick right there. And I think that's about all she wrote. I'm just spinning on right now. Yeah, I get 1 more target before I stop. So at 39 minutes and 50 seconds, I get the last target breaker. Just basically to say that targets, like as you can see now, I've got both triple shots active, and I'm like, targets are my jam. Look at this, I've already got 500 points to this guy's 20. We are crushing targets with baby strats Diva, baby strats triple shot. So that's good, that's great. He did get a little bit up on me for, I think, a brief second near the end where I'm like, oh god, he's actually going to do it, and I'm like, no, I can't lose at targets with baby strats, and baby strats did pull itself out. The triple shot cheese did pull itself out in the end. But he did pull up a good fight. I think it was the bird thing, because the wings like flap and open up, which means he can break 2 targets at once. But I could still break 6. I could still break 6 at once, so I was still pretty much in the lead. But it was that bomb that kind of excelled him forward a little bit. But yeah, so that's about it. So my final thoughts, I think we do get time for one more boss. Let me just spin on to see what we get. Yeah, we get time for one more boss, and this is where I'm like, I have the high ground, Anakin. But yeah, so all these new modes, especially boss mode, really excited me for the game. Like they've really listened to everybody and really upped their game, and they've made a lot of improvements. As I say, from the last one, we didn't get any connection errors whatsoever, because they've anticipated just how cram-packed the servers would be, so the connection was a lot more stable than before. The connection went great, and then obviously the Joy-Cons didn't desync, which was another fantastic piece of news. And they've added all these new modes, and they've made the gameplay a lot more smoother. So they have listened to everybody's complaints, and they have done a lot of updates. So this guy, Geodude, was actually possessing a new character that isn't even playable, which is the Snake Man. And I got a good throw on Snake Man there, and then he hit me. And I'm like, at this point, this is where the Star Wars joke started, because obviously we were on the stairs, and it's like, I have the high ground, which I did. As you can see, we are beating his ass. We had the high ground, and then it's like, oh no, it's going wrong. It's the wrong way. We're supposed to have the high ground. In my opinion, I think Springman is evil. So yeah, all the Star Wars jokes started there, and the other two died, and I was left alone. I was left alone to attempt to beat this guy, which was obviously not going to happen. So yeah, the boss, I don't know if anybody could beat the boss. I've not seen anybody beat the boss's ass, so there we go. But yeah, I'm impressed. Round 2 has really impressed me. I would have loved, and again, I really do apologise for the for the corrupted video. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I need to go to bed. Really, I am tired and I need to go to bed. But yeah, I do apologise for the corrupted video. I would have loved for you all to have heard my Vine source like commentary where I just spout shit for 30 minutes, because I'll admit some of it was quite funny, and you would have probably got a lot more of a laugh rather than this highly critical analysis video. So yeah, that's all I need to say. But if you did indeed enjoy the round 2, do feel free to leave a like, and if you want to see more ARMS footage, because I predict more footage is going to come in the future, do feel free to press that subscribe button. And also, I'm going to try uploading this purely without anything attached to it, because apparently Nintendo Switch has removed Content ID from YouTube. So if that's true, ARMS should not get Content ID. So I'm going to upload this with no kind of chains of love, no kind of crazy edits, just a pure upload, and see if Nintendo catches it. Because apparently the Switch no longer does Content ID, which would be good. But for now, again, if you like the video, leave a like. If you can't wait for more ARMS footage as well as the E3 footage, do feel free to subscribe. And there are links down below to my Patreon, DeviantArt, Twitter, and everything else. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next one.